There was the halftime performance. Did you see the Super Bowl there?
Oh well, yeah, I watched that.
Well, first, what did you think about the game there?
The game was boring. It was
Yeah.
good to see, but I wasn't. I didn't have a horse in the race really. I just like Kansas City because the KC name. You know what I mean? KC, Kansas City. You know, so ever since I was little, I was attached to that. Seeing a football team with my name on it, it's kind of dope. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, the game was kind of. I like a better back and forth, not a blowout, especially for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So watching this was like, okay, I was watching. I'm like, yo, if they don't get a touchdown by half, they're done, and they didn't get that touchdown. So I was like, okay, this is a wrap. It's over. But the halftime show was coming up, and that's what I was really watching for, and that's what I was most anticipating. So yeah, that was electrifying.
Yeah. So apparently it is the most watched halftime performance ever. 100.5 million people. Because I think the average viewership of the Super Bowl itself was like 126 million. So an extra 7 or so million people tuned in to watch the halftime show.
That's magic, man. Yeah. Look what hip hop did.
Yeah. I mean, to watch what he did. And so with all of this, with the year that Kendrick had last year, plus
historical,
with the cherry on top, with the halftime performance of the Super Bowl, is Not Like Us. Is it the best diss record of all time?
It has to be. It has to go down in history as the best. It has to. What else could? What else touches that?
I mean, I've never seen a diss record win 5 Grammys. I've never
Me neither.
You know, also help him land a spot after Super Bowl. And that was some controversy that people brought out with the kind of his Super Bowl performance. How much do you think Not Like Us, the feud with Drake, contributed to him getting the Super Bowl? Because you think he would have gotten there anyway without the whole feud with Drake? Eventually, he probably would have got there.
I definitely think he deserves the halftime show. He has way too many songs for 12 minutes, and he would have got there anyways. If it wasn't this year, it would have been anytime soon, because he's more than deserving of an artist. How many hip hop performances have you seen at the Super Bowl other than Dr. Dre's?
What year was that with Ludacris? It was Ludacris and a bunch of other people.
For Pepsi, that's when Pepsi was trying to get back Ludacris's love, right? Because they dissed Luda back in the day. I don't know if you remember that.
What did they do with Luda? What happened?
Oh man, they boycotted it. They stopped his. They hired him for something, and then he had some little controversy, and they fired him. And just because he was a rap act, they didn't like the way he looked. You got to look it up. But they did something to Luda back in the day, Pepsi, and then that was like their like, okay, let's be cool again type of thing. So they rehired him.
Yeah. So
Luda, when was Luda?
He joined with Usher. That was the Usher one last year.
So he was a feature in that.
Yeah.
But who was the first of like what Kendrick just did with hip hop?
It was Kendrick.
Like who was the biggest? It's Kendrick.
Yeah, he was the first. He's the first ever rapper to headline.
Like to do it.
Like
all him. That's what I'm saying. Like Dre had to bring Kendrick, 50. You know what I mean? Mary J. Blige in 13 minutes. Like what Kendrick did was historical. I know people are on the fence about how they feel about it, but he did art in the Super Bowl, and that is absolutely incredible. What I saw, I was blown away. And with a new album too, he didn't have to bring up the old hits, the classics that he has. He didn't even have to bring those up.
Yeah, that's another thing people were talking about because he mostly played GNX. Mostly was his set list there, and his set list got leaked of what.
Unfortunately,
what he was going to play there. So that was a shame. But just you're right. I mean, what they did with the whole staging of it, he brings out Samuel Jackson, who's Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
And what that kind of what did you think the show was kind of supposed to represent? Everything kind of what was going. What did you kind of think? What's your theory there?
I know there's a million theories online. I kind of stayed away from a lot of them, but the whole division in America and the world, and people have to come back together. And what he's trying to do is he can't bring the whole country together, the whole world together. He's not our hero. He's just a guy. And what he's trying to do is at least bring together the people that he grew up with, whether they're Bloods or Crips, the division. If he could bring that together, he's happy, I think. And I think in this show, he was showing that. And then it had the hype of the "You Not Like Us" part. You know what I mean? But I think that's what he was trying to show in his show. because a lot of GNX is about stuff like that too, right? So it's uniting Compton.
Yeah, he had like the dancers who were like white, red, and blue, so it's like the American flag colors
Yeah,
there.
and he was in the middle of the American flag, like they're divided. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you guys have the conservatives. What do you guys call you guys? What do you guys?
Yeah,
Red and
right
blue?
wing. Yeah,
Right wing. Yeah. So he had that divide with the colors, and just like Bloods and Crips are divided. So it's very symbolic what he did in that. It was art. It was art.
And then the stage, and this is like, so when Kendrick does stuff, you know, you got to go back and break it down and Easter eggs and shit like that. Like it's a goddamn
fine tooth comb. It get the fine tooth comb. You know,
like it's a Marvel movie within itself. Like hell,
yeah, you got to get the fine tooth comb out.
You know, it's like that scene in Spaceballs. You know what I mean? You gotta get out there with that comb and dig there, because you got to figure it out. And even like channels that normally do Easter egg breakdown videos for Marvel stuff, they're doing it for Kendrick Lamar music videos. And
yeah, I think New Rockstars had a video. I didn't watch it, but I saw that they posted something. So that's something to say that it really did impact. That's the point of it, I think. And hip hop impacted the everyday person, and that's big.
Yeah. Somebody pointed out, so there's some things that I saw that people pointed out that I didn't watch, because I think you have to really go back and watch it again on YouTube to get it. That somebody mentioned like the Apple Music, like the stadium itself was all lit up in red. Somebody said that could be like the big red button that Drake was talking about. Like it could have been that.
Could have been.
Somebody was talking about the stage itself is a video game controller. So
the PlayStation controller.
It's a PlayStation controller. So he's playing a game. He's like, this is all just a performance. And then with Samuel Jackson, being Uncle Sam, being this kind of narrator for this story that he's kind of telling within these minutes of like, don't be too loud, don't be too ghetto. So he's already pre-planning what people are already going to say about Kendrick Lamar performance, and people played right into that. After the performance, he knew already that was going to happen there.
Right.
I will say I was a little disappointed there. I mean, yeah, sure, I would have loved to hear songs off of, To Pimp a Butterfly. I would have loved to hear songs off of Good Kid, Mad City. If I had to say, if I had to guess what would be on if I didn't know already coming in, I'd be like, oh, he's probably going to play, maybe All Right. He's going to play He's going to play, maybe Backstreet Freestyle or Money Trees. Bitch, Don't Kill My Vibe, maybe. Were you a little disappointed he didn't play any of those type of songs there off of like To Pimp a Butterfly or Good Kid or Deep Cut from Section 80 or something?
Nah, because I'm a person that already been to his concerts, and I would say to people, go to his concert. This is a preview of his talent and ability, and he showed all that in this. He didn't have any hype man on the mic doing the backup for him. He was just holding the mic doing rap. He was emceeing and controlling the crowd. He was dancing kind of while moving with the crowd. He displayed his skills, and that's what you got to do. And he was, like we're the old people now. You got to realize all the kids that watch this, my nephew watched this, they all were on the songs, on the music right now. And Instagram is instantaneous. Facebook is old now, you know what I mean? But Instagram is the new. So like the instantaneous, these songs are all kind of what is the zeitgeist right now. So hearing him do this album, it makes sense because it impacted the kids, the 13, 12-year-olds who are all hype up. If you watch the videos online, in the little football parties people are having, they were jumping up. They were going crazy because this is the new medium. You don't have to, like, Super Bowl never had a rule. Super Bowl just got popping because In Living Color got good. That's when they started really touching up their stuff. They never had a rule that you have to do your biggest hits. We're just older and we're caught in this habit of what we've seen before. But who made that rule up? So Kendrick breaking the barrier of that and doing what is now is actually more impactful and better to me. With a banger of an album, why not? Now everybody's going to go listen to that album that he's making more royalties off of, and not those other songs that TDE is making more money from.
Yeah.
Smart. It's smart business.
That his music spiked after the after the performance there.
Like last year, Usher tried it. Usher put out an album before the Super Bowl. If you remember, that album tanked. You know what I mean? It flopped. So he didn't display those songs in the performance, but I'm sure that was part of the strategy to put out an album a month or two before, build up a little bit more momentum and energy with that music, and then display it on the stage of the Super Bowl and then take your tour and go off with the tour. And Kendrick's strategy is mirrors Usher's, except Kendrick had the success of a banger album. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then they could change their performance to critique it to that album. So now those songs are getting more money. It's all business.
And Humble, by the way, just hit double diamond, which is
amazing
rap song to ever do that. And
yeah, that's awesome.
Right, Kendrick Lamar's Drake diss track sees huge 430% spike in Spotify streams after Super Bowl 59 halftime show. Lamar's entire catalog saw a 175% boost, and he became the most streamed artist globally, with SZA also gaining significant traction.
I have one problem with the performance. One thing that I would have, if I could have just had anything happen, if I could control the narrative in real time at that time, I would have had it where Drake is actually on stage when Not Like Us plays.
Like some like person playing Drake, like a Drake actor or something like that?
No, like actual Aubrey Graham on stage while he's performing the song. And then they shake hands, slap it up, you got me, and then they could just end it there. You know what I mean? Like, I wish it happened like that. Like, Drake just take the hits, admit defeat, and just move forward. And then everything right now, the projection of both these artists would be on a better perspective for the audience, to me. Like, instead of everybody just negatively digging at somebody or over digging Kendrick Lamar's every move.
Yeah.
I know it would never happen, though. But
the only issue there with the performance, I did think his audio, I think there was troubles with the audio. Like, he sounded kind of low. The music kind of overpowered him a little bit. That to me, but going back and listening to it like on YouTube, it sounded fine. You know, going
they fixed it.
Yeah, so I think that was a issue there for me. And then so that was kind of the only real major problem I had with it was kind of just that. And I saw it later on in YouTube, and it was fine. It was fine on YouTube there. But the crowd, I mean, it went up for Not Like Us. You know what I mean? Did you like him teasing it, or some people said they didn't?
I love that. No, I love that. I love that. That was the best. That was one of the best things. The way he was kind of, the way he teased it was great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and the whole crowd screaming A minor. That was wild.
Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts on that though. Like, if he was really doing the things that Kendrick was saying, this is not a joking matter. You know, this is not a song that people should be like doing at a performance on stage. They should really be investigating and looking into this. But America's America, I guess, right?
Yeah, well,
the show goes on.
Drake said in Heart Part 6, like, I'm too rich to be a pedophile. So that's what he said. So.
That's the craziest thing, though. That was so dumb. What are you talking about?
Like, I'm way too rich to do that. Like,
I heard that. I was like, oh, what are you doing, bro? People around him got to help him write better or something. Got to hear the stuff. Got to be a tie in his crew, you know, to keep it real with him.
What was some of the craziest narratives you heard about afterwards? Because mine was like with Serena Williams. People said like, you know, because she also made a guest appearance on there, and she said that, oh well, she's just crip walking because she's just trying to get Drake back, or she's mad about her ex and all that other stuff. When I don't understand, because Drake talked about her and her relationship. You know what I mean? In a record.
Yeah, he brought it out first. Yeah.
So I don't get that. So what was some of the craziest narratives and stuff like that you heard?
I don't know about the crazy narrative off the top of the head, but when I was watching the performance, seeing all the people jump out the car like it's a clown car, kind of took the integrity out of the GNX. To me, I was kind of laughing when I saw that. You didn't notice everybody coming out the car?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that looked it looked impressive, but at the same time, it looked kind of goofy. I was like, yo, what are we about to see here? Like, what is going on? But controversial stuff, the Serena thing. Nothing. Just the controversial thing that kind of bothered me is the way that narratives can be spun on Instagram and all these social medias. How some people were saying, oh, the crowd looked dead, the crowd was boring. And then you'd see other posts and you'd see the crowd wilding, the crowd was really into it. I didn't like that people always have to bend the narrative online. Like, they can't just let things just be a moment. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, and people who, you know, if you don't like it, if you think it's mid, that's perfectly fine. You know, that's okay. It seems like, I don't know, the people who really hate it or think it's like the people who said this is the worst halftime show ever. You know, there's that meme of people who say that, and it's like a bunch of people wearing sunglasses and
I know what you're talking about.
you know what I mean, baseball caps.
Yeah, Keo posted it in our Facebook fan page. I remember seeing that, the Back and Out podcast fan page. If you guys want to be a part of that, jump on and don't be sensitive.
Yeah, so you got that, and then Drake stands. I think that's the only people who really just like truly hate it. You know what I mean? I think it's like one of the worst performances.
Yeah, but it's so like people got to just be in the middle and be like, "Yo, it was a moment, it was great, and we had a time." You know what I mean? But the one-sidedness is just gross. I don't like that part.
Yeah. So, but yeah, for you, is it one of the better ones in recent memory? Halftime shows. If you had to rank the past few ones we've gotten, like the Usher one, the J Lo Shakira one, the Rihanna one, the Dr. Dre one, what would you kind of do with
Dr. Dre was up there for sure, because that was just great to see. That was like he deserved that from time to me from a long time. For a long time, he's deserved it. Yeah, I would say it was probably one of the best I've seen. Yeah, there's the greats like Michael Jackson and Prince. Those are obviously the greats. They're not going to be touched. It's a whole different time now. But for this time, 2020s, yeah, it's definitely up there as the best.
Yeah, very impressive. I mean, because he was the ability to rap and to move around all the way he was, the breath control, the cardio, the lung capacity to do all that is extremely impressive there. And those flare jeans. I mean, hey, he was, you know what I mean, which is going up in sale right now. A lot of people buy those flare jeans.
Yeah, my girl's looking through her storage, her old stuff, because she has a bunch of those pairs of those jeans. She's like, "Yo, what the hell? Let me flip these. Let me get my money off these."
Maybe sell them on eBay, get a couple.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, but talking about his choreography, it was great, and breath control. I've been to hip hop concerts where guys like I went to the Baby Chris Brown show, and the Baby just walked from left to right, and he couldn't even keep up with what he was saying, his raps, and it was such a boring, slow show, and we paid money to go see that. This guy did this for 13 minutes on live television in front of millions of people, and he sounded clear and concise while moving around with the crowd and synchronizing with backup dancers. No, that's something that all these new artists should look at as a blueprint and a motto to move forward with now. That's why it's great that he's in the forefront of the hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think my favorite was a song I really wasn't expecting him to do was Peekaboo. Loved the choreography, Peekaboo. Love that. I thought that
was probably my favorite part of it too. The way the camera moved and you see the dancers in each portion of the X.
Yeah.
Pops up. Yeah, no, that was amazing. We need a video for that song for sure.
Yeah, I thought that was really well done. And just seeing people just react to it, because the guy who's featured on the song, he was reacting to it, watching the Super Bowl. He's like, "Oh shit, my song!" And then his whole family went up for him, and that was great. I thought that was a great moment.
That was great.
Great moment for him. So yeah, shout out to Kendrick Lamar. I think it's one of the better halftime performances we got.
It's not over though. Kendrick's not done yet. He's coming to Toronto twice. You didn't talk about that.
Oh yeah, you gonna go? You already got tickets? Be next door?
I might have a link. I might be there.
Okay.
I might. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's with him and SZA.
It's gonna be very interesting.
Some people said SZA was lip syncing. What do you think? Did you think SZA was lip syncing?
I wouldn't be mad if she was lip syncing.
Okay.
So what? It's entertainment. She could really sing. She could really write songs. She earned her place to be able to do a little lip sync if she wants to once in a while. I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's not Milli Vanilli or nothing.
I watched the performance multiple times. I gotta tell you, I was looking at some other stuff other than her singing.
Me too. That little fur that she had on the back in the red.
Yeah.
That little fur thing that made her ass look a little bigger. Yeah, no, I saw that instantaneously.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's a beautiful woman, man. I mean, beautiful woman SZA is. So I had that. Do you think if you had to take guesses, who you think is gonna do the halftime performance next year? If you had to take a guess.
Where's it gonna be?
California. I think they're gonna do California.
Back in Cali. A part of me wants a rock band. What's a big rock band now?
Maybe 1975 or
I would like to see rock again.
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know. Andrew, you got any suggestions? Oh, you're muted. Yeah.
We look up some
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe the Red Hot Chili Peppers, since it's in California.
That'd be dope.
Didn't they already do it?
Although personally, I really want to see Guar.
Guar. Who's Guar? Let me get my search on.
Guar is this metal band that has lots of puppets. I remember like in high school hanging out during lunch, watching them on Jerry Springer show, eating people in the audience.
How do you spell that?
GWAR. Guar.
Okay. Okay.
They're like Beavis and Butthead's favorite band.
Oh wow. Okay.
They've been around for a long time. Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna let them on the Super Bowl doing this. I don't think they're gonna let them do this. Oh no, they ain't gonna allow this. Nah.
Yeah, no, there's like there's a splash zone.
Oh, I don't think they can do that.
I'm like, is that personally?
I'll give them a listen.
That's my pick for the Super Bowl, but that's never gonna happen.
Radiant from Maturity. How's it going there, Radiant from Maturity? He said Ghost, but they're probably too Satanists to get the job. Yeah. Ghost.
If they're not going to go for Guar, they're not going to go for Ghost.
Yeah.
Ghost. Let me follow them. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I made some guesses. I said who's going to do it. I think one was SZA. I think sometimes a guest performer turns into the person they use the headline, so I guessed her.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift. I keep guessing Taylor Swift. I feel like
Taylor Swift would be a pull for sure that I could see them doing.
One of these years, I feel like they're gonna do her. Bad Bunny was another guess I had, maybe because it's in Cali. Cali's got a big Latino population. Maybe
that's a good one. That's a good one. His last album was spectacular too. So I can see that.
Then usually they'll do like a legacy act, like they had Usher. So sometimes they'll do like a legacy act. So maybe I was thinking for my legacy act pick, Mariah Carey. Maybe they bring Mariah Carey. You know, that might be the legacy pick.
Yeah, and she's still keeping it hot on stage. Like she's still performing. So I know she does the Christmas tour still.
Yeah.
So
yeah, still be unthawed for Christmas. So
yeah. And then my other wild pick was Doja Cat. Doja Cat I think would do pretty well. There she can do pop songs, hip hop songs, singing. She could do that.
Doja. Yeah. Doja's a great one.
Yeah. But I don't know any big rock bands that could come on and do it.
I mean, rock's kind of passe, as far as popular culture goes. That's fine,
Yeah. So,
and honestly, like what's I love. I mean, like literally, I just found out Dinosaur Jr. is playing the day after my birthday around here. So like, I mean that's kind of what I usually tend to listen to. But like honestly, what's new in rock? Like there hasn't been anything, and not since the 90s really. So
Green Day have they done it? Green Day's done it, right? The Super Bowl?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Let me look it up real quick. I don't think Green Day has maybe done it.
Yeah, Green Day would be a good one.
I could go up to a lot of Green Day songs there. In it.
See, but that would give it gives more of an impact. If you're seeing hip hop again, and then like pop, it doesn't. But when you give a genre that needs more of a light, it kind of balances out it's like eating a meal. If you're just eating a plate of hot dogs, it gets kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? But if you're eating like a mixture of things on your plate, the meal is really good. Do you get what I'm saying? The interest is still there. Yeah. So that's why it's good. I think it's good to bring different genres in and out, back and forth. That's what I was saying. Rock would be good to see again. It'd be refreshing to see it again.
Yeah. So U2. So Green Day did it with U2. It looks like.
See, like that's good. Like the mix like that.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like 2002. They did that. Yeah.
I remember Bono had the American flag inside of his jacket, and he like rips it open, and like flames are flying overhead. Oh man, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. See, I would personally, honestly say we all need soca there with some Machel Montano. But America's not ready for that yet. That's too futuristic for y'all, so I'll leave it there. You're like, who? What?
Yeah, I don't know. That lost me.
Soca? Yeah. You don't know what soca is?
Yeah, how you spell that?
SOCA. Soca music. It's Trinidadian music. That's my background. So I got it right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like Carnival's coming up. Carnival, as they call it in Trinidad, in a couple of weeks. That's like the biggest parade
it's
in the
really
world.
Percussion based, right?
Yeah, it's percussion based. It's a mix of everything. It's kind of a mix of disco and African beats from the 70s, and it evolved through dance music and rhythmic flow, and it evolved over time, and it's really big. A lot of people are shocked that Afro beats blew up bigger than soca at the moment because Soca's been doing it, but yeah, look it up, check it out. Marshall Montano, he's the king of soca, you know. So if you're looking for one of the best top guys, that's an artist to listen to. But he would definitely, if you go to what is that performance thing on YouTube called, where they're in the library with the books?
Oh, Tiny Desk.
Tiny Desk. Watch Marshall's Tiny Desk. He obliterates that. He gets the crowd moving. He gets everybody going, and it's an energy raiser. You'll feel your pores raise. You know, it's like old rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
It does that. It's high energy, positive.
Yeah, I will. So this is it right here. Okay.
Yeah. So this is called groovy soca right here.
Okay.
And then if you go to the later point in it, it gets to the more pumping soca. Yeah, the more up tempo.
Okay.
Turn that up a little. This is soca. I don't want you guys to get copyrights. I'll keep talking.
Yeah.
So everything is live. You seeing the African drums? You seeing the crowd? Can't stand still.
Yeah, it started off a little bit like Billy Ocean, and then
you see Billy Ocean is a Trinidadian.
Okay, makes sense.
So he took soca music and brought it to America in his own style, but never bigged up Trinidad the way he was supposed to. He just did Caribbean Queen, and said thank you for the money, but he didn't bring the other Trinidadian people in after to America.
Behind them,
a little hard to do in the 80s, but yeah,
he did what he could. He got hired and he was happy for it, But yes, you got it right there.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, that was Kendrick Lamar's Super halftime performance discussion there.